Phil Ivey isn't just a great poker player. He's a mind reader with chips. From outsmarting Daniel Negreanu's charm to outmaneuvering Jungle Man's aggression to staying ice cold against Tony G's chaos, Ivey's instincts have left even the best wondering how he does it. Stick around until the end of the video for a bonus clip where Ivey faces one of the toughest spots of his career, when logic meets instinct. Doug Polk, the poster child of modern poker strategy, has built his reputation on logic, math, and surgical precision. He dissects ranges like a scientist, leaving emotion out of the equation. But across the table sits Phil Ivey, a player who doesn't just play the math, he feels the game.
Flop 2, a 10-3 deuce, so Polk with a straight draw and Ivey with top pair. Ivey checks quickly.
Now, Doug can bet here, or he can elect to take a free card for his gut shot straight.
Checks behind Ivey. The turn, a 2 of hearts. Action on Phil.
Betting 75.
75,000, just a little over half of the pot.
Doug can quite comfortably call here with his ace high. He's going to be ahead not most of the time, but a lot of the time he's going to be ahead. And he's also drawing to an ace or a 5.
Call.
Makes the call, in position. The river is a 6 of clubs, so Ivey's pair of 10s are best. Action is on Phil. Can he get Doug Polk to call here with ace high, depending on the amount?
He could. Yeah, it depends what, how weak Doug sees Ivey as being and what the size of this bet is. Can't really bet too much. And he's bet the pot.
Betting 200.
That's almost the pot. So Ivey's taken the line that I want to represent a bluff, basically, to get called by ace high. This is the sort of thinking that these guys are doing. Like, he's put Doug Polk on ace high. Ivey said, I've got top pair, I want to get a call. I'm going to bet the maximum to make it look like I'm actually trying to steal the pot.
And Doug Polk hasn't moved, so Phil Ivey's instincts once again, no surprise. Clearly making Doug Polk think about a call. You're right, Joe.
580,000.
Raise to 580.
Wow, this is a surprise. He's made a raise here.
So he's turned his hand into a bluff, basically.
And Phil Ivey hasn't moved, but look at those eyes.
Now, it's actually very simple for Ivey. There's no use raising. He's only going to get called by a better hand. Okay? He believes he's in front. If he does believe he's in front, he can just call.
The tug of war is back, and even Phil Ivey gets it. It's great. Can he do it? Can he convince himself to call? He wants to, he doesn't want to. Do I, don't I? Every poker player in the world faces this, even Phil Ivey.
Okay.
There it is. He makes the call, so he will win a big pot. He almost looked a bit surprised there.
He was resigned to the fact that he's actually lost the hand, to be honest.
Polk fires a huge bluff, turning the hand into a test of nerve and instinct. Ivey doesn't flinch. He studies every flicker of movement, the timing, the tone, the smallest hesitation. Then in that trademark Ivey calm, he pieces it all together. His decision isn't just right, it's art. In this clash of logic versus intuition, Ivey reminds the world why he's considered poker's GOAT. Phil takes the chip lead. When Phil Ivey and Daniel Negreanu go head-to-head, it's poker royalty on display. Between them, they hold over $100 million in winnings, 24 WSOP bracelets, and the respect of every player alive. Ivey's ice-cold composure meets Negreanu's unmatched table talk in a battle of instinct versus intellect.
Call.
Daniel's in with ace-4 of clubs.
Daniel's starting off with the best of it like we would expect, but heads up, things can get a little weird.
3 of hearts.
Check.
Daniel's still with the best hand. Here comes a bet from Phil. And Daniel check raises.
And I don't think this is really a bluff. I think he knows he's raising with the best hand.
Phil calls.
That is a weird float. Phil's probably got a trick or two up his sleeve.
Or maybe this was the plan. Hit a 6 on the turn.
Yeah, one of those tricks was to peel a 6, I guess.
Daniel now checks.
Phil's gonna be pretty confident he's got the best hand since Daniel would probably never actually raise a queen.
Phil bets. Roughly half pot.
If Daniel calls here, he's probably prepared to call river too.
He does call. The river card is an 8, so Phil with the best of it. Daniel checks. And Phil bets.
This is awesome.
I don't have that good a hand. I don't have that good a hand, but I don't know. I felt like he was gonna try to make a goofy move, so I might pay him. 400?
Yes.
Trying to say you have a queen, sir? When do you have? How do you? You're gonna learn my trick? How to flop trips? I don't know. Okay.
Daniel calls.
You're right.
And Phil takes the chip lead.
You son of a gun. I played good, kinda, except you got there.
Phil Ivey's river bet is a masterclass in deception and balance. To his opponents, it looks like it can only be one of two things: a desperate bluff or an unbeatable hand. But in true Ivey fashion, it's neither. Negreanu, trusting his read, calls with ace high and watches the pot slide the other way. It's a reminder that even among legends, Ivey's precision and timing still set the gold standard. Ivey lays down a monster. Ivey finds himself clashing with the outspoken Tony G in a pot that explodes into the millions. It's more than a hand. It's a battle of wills with two titans testing each other on the highest stage.
He's going to try his best to dance around and avoid being all in. He wants to play pots against everyone. He wants to see flops, turns, and rivers. And I do think that he will shine on the later streets over, the new age guys who may know how to play ICM well or pre-flop well. I think if he gets you to the turn or the river, those guys are going to be scratching their head kind of a lot. And I think today's tournament, the 150K, where we start off 400 antes deep, he's going to be a nightmare.
Sure, 100%. And this is something I've noticed and pointed out is the difference in the play styles. There's a number of the players that have a pre-flop, very like shove or fold, fit or fold type style, or limp kind of fold or jam. And a lot of players that definitely like going post in a various number of ways, including instead of jamming, just open raising size sometimes, as well as just the preference. And one of the things I feel like I've noticed is it seems like the guys who who are good playing post flop tend to be some of the best short deck players. Like it's like you're taking a big part out of the game if you just go, and even if you have a good fit or fold pre-flop strategy, I mean, you're missing a big part of the game and a big opportunity to kind of like steal pots and whatever.
Great fold by Seth here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. But what I think you're seeing is people in a vacuum. See if Seth peeled the king jack of diamonds here, he'd be in a lot of trouble. Now Tony just called the c-bet, and this is a very safe card for Ivey's range, so he's going to keep barreling away for sure. And I'd say Tony will just call, actually. He's just, when they're this deep, I think that he's just going to be afraid of being oversetted.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
And you just give, but 3 away, like so many draws?
Yeah, but you're in position on the other guy. Like the jack is never going to improve Chidwick, basically. Sure, you can let Chidwick, float again with 9-8. But I just think that, well, that's actually a very big bet from Ivey. So there is a chance Tony puts him in here.
Yeah, versus that size.
Yeah, because Chidwick's only got 835 back.
My intuition is Tony's going to raise. Just the way I've seen him play. Yeah. I just feel, that makes all the sense.
It's a good play. I think Ivey might fold here. I mean, you got to put the guy exactly on... this is a really tough spot because there's just a chance that Tony G called the flop with King X of spades and it's just kind of like, whatever, man, I'm all in. Hopefully you fold. If you don't, I've got the best hand. But I can see Ivey making a fold here.
Maybe it's reasonable to think Tony calls that hand quite a bit, though.
Yeah, but I mean, you're just chopping with value a ton, right?
I I mean, obviously, if Ivey, ends up folding King Jack, then that would be a great way to play King X of Spades. But I don't know. Just having watched Tony play.
I mean, Ace 9 of Spades, 9 8 of Spades,
Yeah.
10 9 of Spades.
Yeah, certainly.
All of those Ace 8 of Spades, all those call the flop for one. Gut shots, you hit a gut shot 25% of the time by the river. If you got a backdoor flush draw.
And Tony shoves those versus large size.
Well, what I'm saying is Ivey's got top 2. If he calls here, you can't fault him for it. That's all I'm saying. If he makes a fold, I think it's incredible.
It would be a great fold.
I think it's a very, very, very hard fold to make.
And unfortunately for him, we know, I believe Seth folded the King Jack of Diamonds, right? So, I mean, he is pretty toasty if he calls here. It's half as much equity as you see. Does feel like feels like he's going to fold.
Yeah, he's got one thing going for him. Tony most likely doesn't play the suited kings like King 7, King 6, Jack 7, so he never has to really worry about him shoving a worse 2-pair. I do think a great concern is the same hand. I mean, why wouldn't Tony just shove King Jack here sometimes? Like, Chidwick only had 800K back. It was, you got to think top, maybe Ivey's betting aces, maybe he's betting ace king, and
you're starting to make
what a fold.
Yeah, you're starting to make some, I think, beyond whatever physical stuff, I think you do start to make some exploits where it's okay, to a pot size here, he's gonna have the sets, maybe the same hand.
In the end, Ivey might lose the hand, but he keeps his soul, making one of the most outrageous folds ever seen. Tony even admits he had a set, confirming Ivey's brilliance. It's a moment that cements why Ivey isn't just a great player, he's the GOAT. We scoured the internet for the best Phil Ivey soul read moments. Now it's your turn to help out. Hit like, subscribe to keep the epic poker content coming, and let us know which Ivey hand left you speechless. Ivey outsmarts Negreanu again. For the second time, Phil Ivey and Daniel Negreanu find themselves locked in battle. And just like before, the tension is electric. Negreanu tries to draw Ivey in with his trademark table talk, fishing for any reaction. But Ivey gives him nothing. No expression, no movement. Just that unreadable stare. Every decision feels like deja vu, with Ivey quietly steering the hand exactly where he wants it to go.
Daniel with a gut shot straight draw. Bets.
Phil might finally get some back here. Or Daniel can continue running like Secretariat.
He's got all kinds of tricks. He does that to see what I do with my eyes and stuff, and then he does it. I gotta stop looking. Oh no. You know I had garbage? You win.
You know I have garbage. You win. Negreanu admits defeat, realizing he's one step behind yet again. It's not luck or timing. It's Ivey's uncanny ability to see the game one move ahead. In this rematch, the story stays the same. Negreanu talks, Ivey listens, and then wins. Gotta know when to hold 'em. Facing the unpredictable Dan Jungle Man Cates, Phil doesn't rely on luck or math alone. He relies on instinct. Every twitch, every hesitation, every micro-expression gets processed through that razor-sharp mind. It's what makes him nearly impossible to bluff, and just as difficult to get paid off when you actually have him beat.
Dominated.
He calls on the button. Clark gives up the small blind. Low calls in the big blind with 10-6.
So funny, Jungle Man can't even look at Ivey.
Three-way to the flop. King Jack 3, top 2 for Cates.
Check.
Low has a total bagolino. He checks.
Ivey could lose a lot of chips here.
He continues with top pair for 65,000.
Cates could smooth call this, or he could raise, knowing Ivey raised under the gun, and this is going to hit him a lot.
Looks like Cates is raising. Jungle Man makes it 165,000. And it's time for Low to go. He folds.
Now, Jungle Man probably doesn't do this with Ace-King, so he's either got 2 pairs and sets or some kind of big combo draw. Most folks ain't folding this to a single raise from an aggressive player. Ivey's spot is tougher than that math problem from Good Will Hunting.
Wow, Ivey folds!
My boy's wicked smack.
Ivey hits top pair, and most players would be ready to battle. But Ivey isn't most players. He locks in on Jungle Man, sensing a quiet confidence that doesn't add up. With no theatrics, no hesitation, he folds a strong hand, and it's perfect. Not a single chip goes in the middle when Ivey is behind. Against one of poker's wildest minds, Ivey once again proves that greatness isn't just about reading the cards. It's about reading the player. Phil makes a play. Phil Ivey doesn't need premium cards to win. He just needs to be in the hand. The moment he's involved, the entire table feels the pressure. Players tighten up, question their reads, and suddenly every move feels dangerous. Ivey's calm intensity does the talking, forcing opponents to play his game whether they want to or not.
But we can't really go 3-betting. I mean, we've got a great hand to see a flop.
Just like Haxton in the big blind. He folds, so heads up to the flop.
Playing Ivey heads up is like playing against two other regular human opponents.
Jack, Jack 10 on the flop. Mike with an up and down straight draw. Ivey checks.
No continuation bet. I think usually he's going to check his very, very strong hands and his marginal hands. Either way, I'm fine with a semi-bluffing this.
Mike has bet 25,000.
And since this is a wet board, I think there's lots Ivey could call with.
He calls. So we go to the turn, and Mike pairs his queen.
A lot of draws just got there, but we're now beating a 10.
Having check-called the flop, Ivey will now lead the turn for 60,000.
Don't see him leading the turn with a 10. This will be a tight fold, but any two big cards are a big part of Ivey's range, and many, many of those hands are ahead. Ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack. Shall I continue?
Well, Mike clearly thinks he's behind. He's folded.
Like I said, tight fold. Gotta be a history-based decision.
Ivey had 9s.
Ivey's cards are hidden from the audience, adding an extra layer of mystery to his every move. With nothing but composure and confidence, he fires a daring bluff that pushes a strong hand out of the pot. That's Ivey at his best. Reading people, dictating tempo, and turning uncertainty into cash. When you know, you know. Phil Ivey is behind in the hand, facing the ever-dangerous Vanessa Selbst, one of the toughest competitors in poker. But if there's one thing Ivey understands better than anyone, it's that being behind doesn't mean being beaten. Ivey stays locked in, calm, steady, and unreadable, because he knows the game can turn in an instant.
Okay, well, Phil's definitely in now.
Priced in with 8-6 offsuit. The flop gives Vanessa top set.
And Phil and Artem have straight draws. Oh man, this is so sick already.
Action check to Phil. And he bets.
Well, this is not a good move. Artem's just opened himself up to getting raised.
It's Phil.
I meant to say this move is great. I do think Vanessa's raising here a lot.
No, she just calls.
Huh.
And Artem calls as well. Still three-way as we go to the turn. Which is the 10 of clubs.
Somehow Phil's turned the best draw.
And he bets again.
Now, Phil's flop lead was weird, no matter what he's got, but it would be super weird with clubs, so there's still no way Vanessa's folding.
She calls. Artem folds, which means we're going heads up to the river, which means the shark cage is in play. It's a 4. That's a straight for Phil.
Wow, so lucky. Artem even folded a 4. Phil Ivey, everybody. Best in the world. Cracks 7s with 8-6. The classic.
Phil shot clock running. 15 seconds to make a decision. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. He bets big. And make no mistake about it, this is a bet for value.
This spot is insane tough. This is a perfect board for Phil to bluff on, and the name of the game here might as well be Bluff the River.
Vanessa's time is ticking away. She folds!
She made that look so easy.
And Phil shows her that she probably made a very good decision.
She seems unconvinced.
That's brutal.
I still have no idea how she did that.
Not the turn I wanted to see.
Or raise the flop.
3-7?
he's good.
Vanessa makes an impressive fold, trusting her instincts, but even she can feel the momentum shifting. Ivey fires a perfectly measured value bet. This is the moment where skill and luck collide. Because when Phil Ivey's reads and timing align, there's nothing more dangerous in poker. Bonus clip, a game of nerves. When Tom Dwan and Phil Ivey share a table, you know big bets are coming. Ivey's in peak form, stacked over $1 million deep, and reading every move with that trademark focus. Across from him sits Tom Dwan, poker's ultimate daredevil, ready to challenge a legend with nothing but guts and timing.
Respect. Dur is the last one. We're gonna find out about the respect cards right now. This is the moment.
Here comes 40,000.
From Dur, you don't know what to expect at any time in your life. It's total wild card madness game with Dur.
There is about 18,000 out there already. Both Phil and Antonio are goading Dwan into raising here, hoping that he doesn't. But he does.
And enter the wild card madness card. That's 25? I don't even have one of those. He goes right to the explosion. He knows that I have to give him 5 chips to call. 5 instead of just 1.
A cool 25,000 raise with 8-9 of spades.
Oh. He's the best. He's just torturing me. So when I try and get in with 1 chip, he puts in 2. Dur might be the best. So it's a 1 blue chip?
Ellie's big winner. He might take a shot.
1 blue chip. A lot of people at home call it 1 blue chip.
Just 1 blue chip.
Worst lay down I ever make in my life.
See if Mr. Ivey puts in that blue chip. Nope, it's 5 white chips.
It looks quite baller with Ivey's stacks of money and chips. It's most baller.
Dwan misses. Phil Ivey's got a huge draw, nut flush draw, and inside straight draw. A little $45,800 continuation bet. Ivey is analyzing the hand. It's very possible that Tom Dwan has a set. He raised $25,000 before the flop. He knows he's not going to get Tom Dwan to lay down a hand like ace-king or aces.
How much you start this hand with there? About 750.
But he does have a big draw, and he is playing against Tom Dwan. He might decide to gamble and raise. He just calls. Three of spades on the turn, about as blank as you can get. 162,000 in the pot already. The man with 9 high bets 123-2. Phil Ivey has a big decision now. He feels he's behind. He's trying to figure out if he can get paid off if he makes his hand. If a diamond comes, can he get any money out of Dwan? If a jack comes, is he just going to split the pot? He decides to call. I think he's calling for 2 reasons. 1, he feels he can get paid off if he hits his hand. And 2, there's a small chance that Dwan is completely airballing. Ivey makes a pair of 6s on the river. Misses the flush, misses the straight. There's $408,700 out there. It's not like Tom Dwan to give up. This is the first time all season that the table's been completely quiet. Even Phil Lock and Antonio are quiet. He is loading the gun. He fires. 268,200.
How much is that? How much do you have left?
This isn't just another bluff. Dwan staring down a locked-in Phil Ivey, and every second that passes makes Dwan look more and more nervous. Is Tom ice cold under pressure, or seconds from crashing?
Tom Dwan is starting to gulp now. The excitement is overwhelming to Ellie.
Sorry. He only does for a minute. Antonio's like he's sleeping. This is not, I don't usually take this long. No, I don't. No one cares, Ivy. You can take till the...
It's 500,000 in the pot. You want us to tell you anything? 500 in the middle. Four something.
Go back to sleep, kid.
Let's go back to bed.
Dwan looks worse.
Can't be nothing. Except for that.
Can't be nothing except what Tom Dwan has.
Okay.
Oh, that one hurt.
God, my eyes hurt so. So give him 5,000 if you can't show you ace high or better. Give him a free roll for 1,000 on ace high or better if you can't.
I really think he's.
The light's just like.
What's wrong with your eyes?
Because I was staring at the same card the whole time, and something about the lights must really.
Yeah, let's go.
Dur, you're a very interesting human. I'm glad to be in your orbit.
Then, the unthinkable. Dwan fires a $268,000 bluff and gets it through. Against the unbluffable Ivey, it's one of the boldest moves ever caught on camera. A reminder that in poker, even the greats can be outgunned by sheer aggression. If you want to keep up with the wildest suckouts, brutal coolers, and jaw-dropping poker hands featuring legends like Doyle Brunson, Phil Ivey, and Daniel Negreanu, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next hand.